Hey everybody, Racetrack Ladies coming to you live from Volusia Mall in Daytona Beach.
One day we're going to say we're coming from some other place, I'm sure.
And one day we're going to open a shop in Volusia Beach since... Volusia Beach?
The mall.
Volusia Mall, since we're here all the time.
So hey, it's Thursday, it's Dually Day.
The Dualies.
Yep, you can call it the Duels, we will always call it the Dualies.
Although I really did like it when it was called the Gatorade Twin 125s.
That had a nice feel to it.
The Twin 125s, I like that.
So we just call it the Dualies.
Yeah.
So
we renamed it.
The purpose of the Dualies is to finish setting the field for the Daytona 500. We already have the front row set with Dale Jr. and Jeff Gordon.
Yes, we do.
Oops, but not so fast.
What happened, Lady K?
He wrecked during practice. Well, somebody wrecked him.
Yeah.
He wasn't the only one.
It was kind of rough, but I kept saying, not the wall, not the wall, not the wall.
Boom, he hits the wall.
And there was the wall.
So what was basically happening is Robbie Gordon and somebody, I don't know, were coming up off the bottom. Jimmy Johnson was in front. Dale Jr. was behind him. Jimmy Johnson checks up, and then it just kind of not everybody checked up at the same pace.
Yeah, and it just wasn't pretty.
Robbie says it's not his fault and get over it.
Okay, whatever.
I have no doubt he says that, but he'd say that even if it was his fault.
That's the guy who only has a ride like the day before a race.
Mm-hmm.
So if Dale
Thanks for
Jr. had
showing
not
up.
already qualified for the front row, he would be able to qualify just along with all the other drivers. But because he already has a set spot, now he has to go to the rear of the field for the 500.
Both races, for both the
Yeah.
Dualies and for the Daytona 500, which means Ryan Newman ends up on the pole for the Daytona 500.
Okay, I'm not so upset about that.
And, well, Martin Truex, he's going to be in the back as well.
Yes, because he boo-booed his car as he hit Junior.
He's got a backup car, too.
Yeah, so it kind of sucks. But, Bev, weren't you saying that Jimmy Johnson was going to have to go to the rear for the
I
Dualies?
read that he is having an engine change, which I hadn't heard. I personally didn't get a Twex.
She doesn't even know how to use it.
No, I
Twitter.
don't tweet, but I do text, and I didn't get a text.
Well, but you know what I find interesting? So, NASCAR's made all these changes to the Cup cars, right? And so I thought, we were listening yesterday that the Hendrick cars have a different cooling system. And so they might actually have more of an issue with some of the NASCAR changes that they're making for the Cup Series. Just saying. So it makes me suspect then with Jimmy Johnson changing his engine. Is there a connection, I'm saying?
Good point.
We'll know after the Dualies today who's going to have a problem for the Daytona 500 or if there's going to be more engine changes. So today's Dualies is going to be very telling, and so I think we'll know more after the race, which we'll be back to tell you a little bit.
And of course, we'll be here to give you our thoughts and opinions on who made the race, who didn't make the race, and how these rule changes actually affected the race on the track if we're going to have another day of 2x2x2x2.
And I'm just hoping, JJ Yaley, I hope you make the race.
All right.
Okay.
You heard it here first. I'm looking for Michael Waltrip to make it
So
in.
today is also the nationwide...
Why does she stop me with Michael?
Nationwide is practicing today.
And
Yes, they are.
And NASCAR, as usual, they're making changes on their cars, too. I mean, here it is, how many days before a race, they're saying, let's go ahead and change those.
Change the spacer, whatever.
Let's change the spacer. And there, Tony Stewart was waiting in the garage for his new spacer so he'd go practice. He was just sitting there waiting.
I just don't understand if NASCAR teams get to do testing in January, why isn't NASCAR also paying attention there and making changes at that point?
Well, like I said, they didn't really race. They just did one by one. They didn't do a bunch of drafting. So it's like NASCAR really couldn't tell how fast they were going or what was going to happen.
If you don't know what the outcome's going to be, you can't, that's shame on you.
Well, it's all controlled by what the engineers want to test. And they didn't want to test drafting. And they didn't want to test how fast they're going. They just want to test how the engines were going,
All I know is I want to see racing. I want to see cars coming up against each other. I want to see them passing each other. I don't want to see follow the leader 2x2. I want to see racing.
Please.
Oh, really? Is that why we're here?
Yes.
I wasn't quite sure.
I have an opinion.
Well, I'm just irritated by the whole thing, and I think NASCAR, you just keep changing the rules because why? You're trying to determine who's the winner going to be.
Well, they're trying
Did
to
she
make
really
sure.
say that?
No.
Yes, that is what I said.
They're trying to make sure that the cars aren't too fast. It's a brand new track, people. It's the first year, and it's a brand new track. So,
And your point is what?
Well, Goodyear obviously got it right.
a brand new track.
I guess NASCAR's a little bit behind the ball, but they'll catch up.
Well, we'll see tonight after the race. We'll come back. We'll let you know. We'll let you know if it was
That's
good
right.
racing or not.
Yeah, we'll see if our favorite driver wins.
That's not how it's supposed to
Jeffy.
go.
All right.
Okay, you all be sure and follow us on Twitter and on Facebook.
All right, we'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.